All right, what's for dinner tonight? Toasted pizza subs. And I've got three different kinds here. This one here is the Mediterranean, which is full of like olives and feta cheese and other such Mediterranean goodies. This one here is the meat lovers. Lots of meat and some onion in there. And this one here is the Italian with things like salami and tomatoes, and all of them have mozzarella cheese melted in there. This one has the feta cheese. Delicious. I'm going to show you how to make all three of these right now, so let's go into the kitchen. All right, we're going to make three different types of pizza subs. You can use all kinds of ingredients. Use your imagination, but I'm going to show you three that I like to make. They're called Mediterranean, Meat Lovers, and Italian. Now, each one of them is going to use one baguette, part of a baguette, 6 inches long or 150 millimeters or 15 centimeters. And I've trimmed off the ends. You get these little sharp, pointy ends on here. I've trimmed them off. Use those for something else. Make bread pudding with them or something. Split in half. All right, so that's one for each of these variations. Now, for every one of these, we're using a 1/4 cup of pasta sauce. Now, this could be any kind of pasta sauce. I'm using one that's got roasted garlic in it. Try to get one of the thicker pasta sauces, not the really runny ones. And let's go over each set of ingredients one at a time. So first we have for the Mediterranean, we're using 2 ounces or 55 grams of grated mozzarella cheese. We're using 3 ounces or 85 grams of crumbled up feta cheese. 3 mushrooms, like that's a mushroom about that size, cut or sliced at about 1/8 of an inch or 3 millimeters thick. Over here we have 2 tablespoons of black olives and 2 teaspoons of capers. So that's going to make up our Mediterranean pizza. Next, we have the Meat Lovers pizza. Now for the Meat Lovers pizza, we use, since we're not using feta cheese, we double up the mozzarella. This is 4 ounces or about 110 grams of grated mozzarella. We have here is one small or half a small onion. That's an onion about that size, not a big onion. Half a small onion, thinly sliced. We have here 2 ounces or 55 grams of sliced ham and 2 ounces or 55 grams of pastrami. Next, we have the Italian. For the Italian, again, we have the 4 ounces or 110 grams of grated mozzarella. We have here 2 ounces or 55 grams of salami. We have 1 medium-sized tomato, which has been sliced about 1/4 inch, a little under 1/4 inch, about 4 millimeters thick. And 1 garlic clove, thinly sliced. So, let's put together each of these pizzas. All right, first of all, I'm going to lay these out on a baking sheet. Open face. For example, that's going to be the Mediterranean. This will be the Meat Lovers, and this will be the Italian. So, first, I'm going to divvy up the pasta sauce. About half of the pasta sauce on each half of a sub. Just spread that out. All right, now that we've got our pasta sauce on top of each one of these, it's time to assemble our individual pizzas. So let's start off with the Mediterranean. And I'm just going to divvy up the mushrooms. And then black olives. Spread in the capers. Just kind of want to get them somewhat evenly distributed across the pizza sub halves. Then the mozzarella should go on top of the feta cheese, because what it's going to do is it's going to melt in and kind of bind all that feta cheese in there. So let's get the feta cheese on there and just kind of squish it down a bit onto each half. This is great fun, for the whole family to put these together. So You know, if you've got kids, get the kids in there. I remember when my kids were younger, they used to love getting involved in making the pizza. All right, now that we've got the feta cheese on there, or most of the feta cheese on there, just gonna sprinkle the mozzarella over the top. This is gonna melt down in and bind everything together. All right, so that's our Mediterranean put together. Next, the meat lovers. So for the meat lovers, on one side, we're going to put the ham. Lots of ham there. 4 beautiful slices of ham. On the other side, the pastrami. And just kind of, some of it hangs over the edge, that's fine. You know, just kind of toss it wildly on there. All right, then we have the onion slices. Just kind of divvy up the onion slices over top of each meat. Well, it looks like it's not quite fair for the ham, so we'll put a little more over on the ham there. All right, so we got the onion slices on there. Now, again, with the mozzarella. Good, divvy up the mozzarella between the two. Just pile it up on there. All right, so that's our meat lovers put together. Next, the Italian. Now for the Italian, on one side, I'll lay down some tomatoes. And we're going to divvy up about half the salami on top of that. A little bit more. There's quite a bit of salami there. And on the other half, we put the rest of the tomatoes. And the rest of the salami. Then, the garlic. Little thinly sliced garlic, just kind of spread that around. That's going to be just underneath the mozzarella cheese. It's going to melt into the cheese. It's going to be delicious. Now, you could add all other kinds of ingredients here. One of the things I like to put sometimes on my pizza is jalapeno peppers. Make a nice spicy pizza. Green peppers, fantastic on pizzas. Shrimp, you name it. There's all kinds of toppings you can put on these pizza subs. So now with the meat lover, the Italian, we're going to finish that off with mozzarella. Just imagine what this is going to be like when this comes out of the oven with all that melted mozzarella cheese. All right, so our oven's been preheating to 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 200 degrees Celsius. We're going to pop these in the oven and they're going to stay in there for 20 to 25 minutes. Really what you want to just watch from what the 20-minute mark that, you know, the cheese is not getting too brown. I mean, it's nice to have it nicely brown, but basically you want it melted. And then what we're gonna do after they come out of the oven is we're gonna jam the two halves together and you've got a pizza sub. All right, let's get in the oven and I'll see you in 20 minutes. All right, those have been in the oven for 20 minutes and they are absolutely fantastic. You notice the ones with the feta cheese, the Mediterraneans, they do tend to brown a bit faster because there's less mozzarella there. But they are going to be delicious. So what you do now, they're a little hot still, so I can't really do this with my hands, but maybe we can. Whew, hot, hot, hot. Just take 2 pieces and bring them together. There we go. That's a little hot to serve up yet. Usually you want to let these sit for about 10 minutes. The other thing I like to do with these, you can also take them and wrap them up in some silver foil or aluminum foil and serve them a little bit later. So, you know, great to take with you on a picnic or anything like that. My favorite way to eat them though is just like this. All right, so that's it. Those are toasted pizza subs and they are fantastic. 3 ways to make them. Let me know what kind of ways you make them, okay? Enjoy. Now, If you go to the link appearing on the screen, you can get the free printable recipe on our website. You'll also find a real easy to follow along recipe infographic which visually shows you steps in making all 3 of these toasted pizza subs. So go print out the recipe, have fun making and eating these delicious subs, and make cooking fun again with Kuma's Kitchen.